All right, so what starship is complete without fins? Those will help stabilize it and make sure it can travel through the galaxy without much trouble. So in order to do this, we're going to use a roof piece, but we're going to have to rotate it. So I'm going to rotate it. I want it sitting on, I want one of these, I'm trying to zoom in right now. I want this side on the work plane. So what I'm going to do is pan around until I can grab the curvy arrow here and get it to rotate. And then it's going to be underneath the work plane again. So I'm just going to click on it, grab the black triangle and move it up till that value is 0. So it's sitting right on the work plane. Now these are way too tall. So I'm going to just grab the middle block and pull it down. Now notice I'm not holding shift now. So I'm just changing the height. If I were holding shift and doing this, the whole thing would be shrinking and I do not want that. Okay, I'm going to bring this down to about 3 or 4, should be fine. And then I am going to put it on the starship where I want. You might want to rotate it around, play around with this. It's really your choice how you decide to do this. But get this connected to the starship in whichever way you want to. And you want to kind of put them together there like that. Once you have one fin the way you want, you're going to hit Control D to duplicate it. It's going to look like nothing happened, but you actually just made an exact copy in the same place of the one you had. So I just grabbed it and moved it. And what I want to do now is just flip this one. So I'm going to use the mirror tool, which is right up here. And I am going to, again, just like with the align tool, you get a preview. So I want to just flip it over on its side so it's just facing the opposite way from the other one and get this lined up here. Now, one thing I want to do is I want these fins to be perfectly even. So I'm going to select just the fins, okay, not the starship, and I'm going to use the align tool, and I want the back edge of the fins to be perfectly straight. Now here's the second thing I'm going to do. I'm actually going to group the fins right now. They're not grouped with the starship. So what I want to do is align the fins and the starship so they're perfectly centered. So now they are perfectly centered on the starship and we are good to go. I'm going to change the color of the fins to, again, whatever I want. And again, I can move them around. Now, if I want to do them independently, I would just ungroup them. And then I could move one without moving, or I have to deselect first, and then I can move one without moving the other. But I was pretty good with where they were. I'm going to make them purple. And I'm going to group everything together. So now this is one piece, and here is my starship ready to go around the galaxy, seeing what it can see. All right, good job. You've made it. If you want to print this, watch the how to print video that I will link to on the webpage, and you'll be good to go.